All right, guys, Red Alert 2 World Series action coming at you. I got all you guys on the screen. This is the video that starts for the YouTubers. They've never seen you guys. They never see you guys in between scenes. Look at the little avatars. Look at them all trying to jump for the star. If you win the star, you get a chance to win cash prizes. If there wasn't a reason to come over to Twitch, now you know. Look how much fun everyone's having. Come on, someone grab the star. Show the YouTubers how it works. Exclamation mark jump. Come on, you guys. Show the YouTubers how it's done. Again, guys, live on Twitch almost every day, rocking and rolling. You guys know how it goes. All right, no one's going to grab the star. Damn it. All right. Someone will grab the star. It's still really cool, YouTubers. You should still come over to Twitch. All right, guys, here we go. Let's get it going. Red Alert 2 World Series action. We got Lgnd, the God of Thunder, out of Jordan. Yellow, top side. He's facing off against Quos, the Death Robot, in red, also out of Jordan. The Battle of Jordan. I got to get a little energy going here. Maybe you guys were catching this one live. We've been kind of, what's the word, farting around on Twitch for about an hour and a half. I got so excited to come on today. I logged on early. We had so many new things going on for March. Kicking things off, the March Madness tournament, Blitz, Yuri's Revenge, and Red Alert 2. We got a bunch of new maps for Yuri's Revenge. We got the new Blitz map. I'm also making a Super Smash Brothers version of Red Alert 2, and I made my lights start flashing when I get a new subscriber. Now I'll never miss a new sub. Zap, thank you for the sub. I know that happened because my lights flashed. What a day to be alive, boys. So Lgnd and Quos, guys, a couple of the top players in the world. Quos is one of those ones we see a little bit less on my stream. He's very difficult to get a hold of. Oh, this miner's droned. Quos, buddy, there's got to be a service. Look at that. Mining till the last second. That's why you call him the Death Robot. Oh, it's so close. Oh my God. He sold. Now that was possibly the most efficient drone eviction I've ever seen in my life. He immediately one hook drop, got rid of the drone. Now he's gonna, okay, so now here's the 1-2 punch. So a lot of these players now, you see that, how they, yeah, interesting. So Lgnd comes right away in here. Interesting. So you saw there, so you only takes one hook to get rid of the drone, but then of course that means you're going to be pretty weak. So Lgnd followed that up right away. He knew Quos wasn't going to fully repair his miner, so he went right in with tanks behind it, take it out. Now Lgnd going at the power. Quos is broke. This could be a quick one here as Lgnd comes over the top. Very, very aggressive opening here from Lgnd. I think the Death Robot's in trouble. Yeah, another miner going down. Doesn't really have enough to defend on the top side. His power. Yeah, that's a tough position. Yeah, hard to say here. I would say, I never really know what form Quos is in. Like, Quos is one of those guys, like, he plays so randomly. Like, sometimes you just don't see Quos for months at a time. Lgend's been playing really good lately. And I don't think Quos, I don't know that Quos has like been really dialed in lately. To me, it seems like he hasn't been playing much. So with these guys, I would always go with who's been playing more in like the last couple weeks. And I think Lgend's been there. Lgnd has also had some really impressive showings lately. So Lgnd came off of, there was a while, Lgnd had a couple kind of hard show match losses. He lost that show match to Root, and a lot of people in the Discord and stuff were kind of giving him shit for it. So Lgnd kind of, I feel like, turned the thermostat up a little bit on his gameplay here just in the last couple weeks. Very impressive game. He beat Root in their rematch. He almost beat Marco in Blitz, which was very, very surprising as well. So I think Lgnd has a lot of momentum coming into the series. Yeah, so anyway, so just going off that, but going off like how show matches have been lately, like I said, I feel like Lgend's just been playing really, really good in show matches the last couple weeks. But you guys saying Quos took second, so he was number 2 behind Latov last month in Quick Match. Yeah, I don't keep track of Quick Match very well. So Quos did play a lot last month. Okay, yeah, in that case, should be a good series. Sometimes Quos kind of like disappears for a while, comes back, and it's just like in a series you kind of feel like he's getting a little bit warmed up. I've seen a few series like that where he doesn't like look totally warmed up. But if he took second in Quick Match last month, Quos should be fully dialed in here. In that case, yeah, I'd have a very difficult time calling this one. But yeah, a quick little first point for Lgnd. That's always nice to get. But best of 9, plenty of time for this series to go either way. Let's see how you guys are feeling about it. 60% of you guys voting on Lgnd, 40% of you guys on Quos. Yeah, more Lgnd believers. I feel like on this stream a lot of times we have players who vote for kind of the player they know more. Like I said, we don't see Quos as much on my stream. He can't really commit to the tournaments. So it's a little bit tougher. Obviously, Lgend's on the stream practically every day. So yeah, so this is regular Red Alert 2, guys. So just, these guys, dialed in traditional Red Alert 2. We're just going to see a lot of Soviet versus Soviet here today. And of course, Red Alert 2 versus Yuri's Revenge, those faster building tanks. Look for some early action, early on in the game, as well as a focus on kind of the tier 1 tanks. Less emphasis on teching up, Battle Lab tech, that kind of stuff compared to Yuri's Revenge. Yeah, and again, guys, the different game modes, Yuri's Revenge, Red Alert 2, and Blitz. There was a while where I didn't think I could stream multiple. I was kind of just trying to focus on Blitz. But now, man, we're doing it all. And so for the tournament this month, event number 17, $500 in prizes going out. Big shout out to the sponsors. Marsh, TSA, Manuk, CS Pro, our big ones, all you other guys as well, all the subs, all the people who just like, comment, subscribe, provide support with your unspoken love. Truly appreciate it, guys. Another month, another tournament. 17 months in a row. Actually, that's not true. I think we did skip 1 month like a year ago. But almost 17 months in a row. And this March month, man, we have so much fun stuff in store. The Yuri's Revenge, like I said, it's got those 5 brand new maps. Polye, Jalad, and Berg came together to make brand new maps for the different faction combos. So all the players have to play Yuri, they have to play Allied, they have to play Soviet. So we'll really see who's the best at playing all the factions. And then, and of course, Blitz has a new map as well. The Blitz map will be interesting. So Lgnd does have the Iron Curtain advantage here. Quos behind him on tech has an Iron Curtain out as well. So Desolators on the top side to try to zone out that expansion. Focus on this bottom side. Quos is out tanking. Quos has a Kirov coming. I didn't hear that calling card from the Kirov. I was busy telling you guys a story that didn't matter. So Iron Curtains and Kirovs, here it comes, boys. Something's going to happen. Hard to say exactly what. Drones and Desolators from Lgnd, and quite a lot of both. Trying to buy himself a little bit of time. Oh, and this bridge is destroyed. Quos wanted to use that bridge, so nice map awareness there from Lgnd to try to cut him off there. So these Desolators and drones could cause some issues here for this top split. Quos has an engineer there, so he can hit that bridge when he wants to and go right across. Delaying that Kirov now, wants to try to get value out of it. Don't just send the Kirov to its death. Oh, and Lgnd way out tanking topside. Quos gonna need to try to get something done on the backside or needs to reinforce this position. Desolators to join the fight. Drones, but way late on the drones. And again, of course, no force shield here in Red Alert 2. It's a Yuri's Revenge expansion item. So some drones and some Desolators. So Quos just hits the sell button, sells that MCV. And Quos with a nice chunk of money in the bank here. Kirov AFK. So Lgnd, yeah, that first little hit there from Lgnd, definitely nice. Got that MCV. Now lots of drones. These are Lgnd's drones downfield now, trying to get behind enemy lines. And Quos splits off a group of his tanks just to dive on those drones. Gonna lose all those tanks, but did clean out those drones, so he doesn't have to worry about him. Lgnd now pushing in. He is out tanking this position. Not a lot of fodder for either player to get involved here. The IC drones come out for Quos. So now you see Quos on the run right now. The IC drones trying to thin out this army. Quos can afford to lose a little bit here if he can get a counterpunch after it, but he doesn't want to lose too much. And the Iron Curtain from Lgnd, going to be absolutely devastating here. The Battle Lab sells off. The nuclear reactor is going to be going down. But yeah, Lgnd, we'll see if Lgnd clicks down the army first here. He does split off, forces the cell on the nuclear reactor. So Quos does destroy that army, but an absolutely massive cost. Nothing left. Lgnd way up on the backside. Second one for Lgnd. All right, over to point number 3. So a kind of a first quick kind of sneaky one there for Lgnd. That first point he got. The second point, that game had some time to marinate, and yeah, Lgnd just looked like he came out on top of all of them. I'm ride or die, man. I'm already to the moon, boys. I'm committed. I don't play any other video games. Never have. I mean, I haven't played any other video games. The reality is, I played Red Alert 2 20 years ago, and then I played some Call of Duty in college, casually, and then I came back to Red Alert 2 2 years ago. So I just never really played video games for a long time. So to me, it's like people are like, oh, why don't you try? Have you tried streaming other games? I'm like, what other game would I stream? This is the only game I've ever really enjoyed. I'm committed, man. Red Alert 2's in my blood. This MCV on the run over here. Lgnd does have the tanks to hold it. Quos might try to dive. Quos, so both players moving their MCVs and protecting. That MCV is going to go down. Quos does get Lgnd's MCV on the right side. Very, very nice play. Of course, does protect on the left side. Quos looking ahead here. 4 up here. Shot with the follow. My guy, appreciate it. Just in time, man. Just in time for a banger. The death robot's getting warmed up, boys. He's coming for blood. Oh, that MCV got droned. He got droned. He got the service depot up. So he got the drone out. So Quos still has the MCV. Lgnd brings a split now. He's going to try to get that MCV. That MCV's smoking. If Lgnd could get up on that cliff. Yeah, Lgnd's going to go for it here. He knows he's down MCV. He needs to try to make something happen. Lgnd probably has a service depot. We'll check back in a second. I'm not sure if it would really be viable for him to go back and and do that, but he could certainly try. So Quas just totally stuffs the attack on the bottom side, chases off that split on the top side, does lose a miner on that back ore patch, but not going to matter. And now another wave from Lgnd here. So Lgnd does have a service depot. He could theoretically try to go. This MCV smoking. Lgnd gets in there, and that second wave kind of threw Quas off. It was like kind of a little bit of a oh my god, that MCV goes down? No way, but Quas is way up here, right? Yeah, Quas gonna roll through on the bottom side. I can't believe you got that MCV. Quas was broke for a while, so his repair stopped. That could be really annoying. You know, you set a building to repair, and then if you go broke, the repairing stops and you forget about it. There was a lot going on there for Quas to follow. So Lgnd, it's a no MCV game here. Lgnd more money in the bank. Quas is broke. Remember, guys, Lgnd did get a couple miners in that exchange as well, and Quas's production here is a little bit befuddled. But Lgnd does quit out. Yeah, I mean, Quas was broke. I don't know if Lgnd could have maybe... Of course, you don't know when your opponent's broke, but well played by Quas. All right, here we go. Here we go. So, Lgnd bottom right, Quas top left. Of course, sticking with Soviet versus Soviet. Yeah, I know it's really... you know, we talked about this game before, but yeah, I mean, a remaster... There's been so many conversations about this before. When's the remaster coming? Da-da-da-da. You know, it would be nice. I mean, there's been obviously been lots of mods of the game, but of course, like a true remaster. But for me... And the thing is, we could actually do this as a community because, so the engine itself, the engine that Red Alert 2 is played on, it can support way higher graphics. So if you look at some of these mods that have been done, like Mental Omega or like Ravage's Redux mod, you can go in, like we can just take the miner, get a designer to make a better looking miner, like just better graphics, and we could add it in. And we could go building by building, unit by unit, and we could just like Red Alert 2 remastered. So it's the same game, it plays the same way. You know, maybe remove a few bugs or whatever, but ultimately would just have better graphics, right? Because one thing that is deterring for this game, like for me, like I love these graphics. This looks crisp. If people say better graphics, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about because I don't play any of their games. But the problem is right now when I post these videos on TikTok, you got these young kids, their eyes can't even figure out what's going on. Like their eyes are so used to like these insane Unreal Engine graphics in games that looking at this to them, it's like they're looking at Pac-Man. You know, we're not going to get, you know, younger people playing this without a lot of hard work. But I really do think just a remastering of the graphics could be huge for the game. But, you know, it takes a designer going building by building, unit by unit, you know, talking about tens of thousands of dollars. And then, of course, we wouldn't be able to monetize it because we don't own it. So step one would be to buy the rights to the game. Step two would be to then remaster the game, just the graphics, keep the original game. And then step three would be, all right, to the moon. We go to the moon. We take over the world. We contact Red Bull. We get a sponsorship. And then just like that, we have a $2 million tournament. Red Alert 2 is restored to its former glory. Not love. What are these engineers doing? Why are they on the front lines? This is like a marching band. What is about to happen right now? What are we about to see on the bottom side? This actually could be kind of epic. Okay, all right. These guys are setting up something epic. The miners have all been pulled by both players. This is a true 50-50 split. Miners for both sides going full send. Miners in front. Oh, and Lgnd gets his tank strung out. You got to think that this tanks being spread like that are going to be tough. Coming up that cliff, his reinforcement's not there. Lgnd's going to blow through on the bottom side. Or sorry. I mean, Quas going to blow through on the bottom side. Really, really rough tank control there from Lgnd. And Lgnd again gets his tanks in an assembly line of death on the bottom side. Does dive on that iron curtain. Gonna come out down like 10 billion tanks, which is not what you want. You don't want to be down 10 billion tanks, if at all possible. Oh, Lgnd does bring a handful of tanks home. It's just not gonna matter. I mean, yeah, and everyone's dead broke. Wow, they got all the ore on the entire map. All the ore on the entire map. So, all right, guys, over to point number 5. I don't know what we're doing here, boys. Something. Now we got a small map. Yeah, so Ed's saying, like, you know, about the unorthodox maps, the smaller maps, shaking things up. Now, you guys know me. For me, like, I'm all about the excitement. That's why, like, I mean, I made the Blitz mod, right? Small map, increased game speed. It fits on one screen. More of a spectator game. You know, the players are rewarded for wild, wacky, aggressive behavior. The games are faster. You know, normally I stream smaller series. You guys know me, right? I'm an excitement junkie. I'm a hype man. At the end of the day, I'm a hype man. I like to be excited, so I like to have things that are exciting to be excited about. I can be excited about unexciting things for a little bit. Like, look at this dog. Where's this dog going? Is he going to go up here? Dog, don't go up there. There's nothing up there. Okay, he's going to go up there. He's scouting. It's not very fun though, right? I like to have something to actually be excited about. So in that case, I'm a fan. Like I've really tried to do this where I'm like, hey, let's use new maps, or hey, let's use all the factions. You know, let's try this, let's add this. And the problem is that it's a 20-year-old game. Now, let's just call it how it is. Everyone who's here, there's something a little bit wrong with us, right? Like, why are we playing this game? Fortnite is out there, right? We could be playing Fortnite, and yet we're all here playing a 20-year-old game. So clearly, we all are very nostalgic people, and we don't like change. And so because of that, you know, in the Red Alert 2 community, it's very tough to try to enact change. You know, some players like it, many players don't. So that's why, like, this month with the Yuri's Revenge tournament does have, like, it has new maps, it forces all the factions. But the Red Alert 2 guys, I feel like the guys who prefer stock Red Alert 2, I feel like they're the ones who are kind of like quick match maps, quick match rules, keep it simple, let us play the way that we've been playing for 20 years. And I've kind of just given up on the regular Red Alert 2 guys. When I do regular Red Alert 2 show matches, I just let the old guys have their fun. But Yuri's Revenge and Blitz, that's where we have a little more room to get weird. Seems like the players are a little bit more accepting of my shenanigans. Oh, you know what I started reading specifically for Red Alert 2 commentary to add a little color, a little flavor to my commentary? The Art of War. Sun Tzu, The Art of War. A 2,000-year-old text that explains how to be an awesome military leader. And in it, he tells a story. He tells a story where the Emperor says, is it true that you can really make any group of people into a successful army? Oh my god, the V3 rocket's out! Right as I start telling the story of the Art of War. The V3 rocket's out, boys! The hype is real. Okay, V3 rockets. Quos also has a battle lab. The game's begun. Everyone wake up. Everyone wake up. Sander, wake up. Path, wake up, Sander. The game's starting. Kirovs are out, boys. V3 rockets, Kirovs. Let's get it going. All right, Battle Lab for Legend, a little late to the party. We're going to get a Massive Iron Curtain here advantage for the Death Robot. These V3 rockets are going to get a kill, man. Everyone take a screenshot because V3 rockets never do anything. Now, look, even if this V3 rocket doesn't do anything, well, I guess the flax are out for the Kirov as well. It did force a lot of flax, which in theory should convert to Quas getting ahead on Rhinos, or at least you'd think. He did get the refinery. Kirov out now for Legend, Iron Curtain for Legend. Iron Curtain advantage for Quas. We'll see what he can get done here. Red Alert 2, the Iron Curtains play so differently because of no force shield. Okay, Rico's awake. Good, good, good. 2,500 years? Oh, Sander's awake. Nice. Yeah, overkill. The fire alarm's going.
Wake your ass up, cause it's time to go beast mode.
Legend going beast mode, Path. All right, let's see it. Path's calling it. Beast mode coming. Another Kirov out. Both players fully stretched now. All right, the truce is off. They can now rush. You guys remember these old games you play with your little cousin? 10 minutes, no rush, but you'd sneak a spy in the back of his base while you were doing that? I remember those games well. Kirov V3. That's the new meta. You guys are living it, man. You guys are living it. 2.5. Can someone fact check that? When was the Art of War written? I thought it was 2,000 years. Maybe the version I have is 500 years old. So when it said it was 2,000 years, it was actually 2,500. All right, splits, top side, bottom side. The V3 rockets are on the hill. Dogs run down the middle for no reason. Drones on the backside. Desolators on the backside. Quas preparing the push. The V3 rocket is now shooting the MCV. Oh my god, you guys. It's happening. This has never happened in my entire life. The Iron Curtain comes out. Oh my god, Quas just Iron Curtain. Oh no. Oh, Legend used a defensive Iron Curtain on his Iron Curtain. Quas used his Iron Curtain, didn't get anything done. The V3 rockets are going to destroy the MCV. Oh my god, the V3 rockets are going to destroy the MCV. What are we seeing? Why isn't he moving it? Come on! Come on, V3 rockets! Damn it! Ah, I wanted that so badly. I could feel that one in my bones. I was craving the V3 rockets. Chases off the V3 rockets with a Desolator because he's a coward. Always cheer for the guy who has the V3 rockets. That's my strategy. V3 rockets doing work. These V3 rockets have picked up a 2-pack. I love that. Love that. Desolator's topside. Tank's very slow to respond. He has some drones as well. Quas. How is Quas going to play the split here? So, drones to the top side. Tanks over. He's going to over-tank the bottom side. A drone and Deso, the top side. That Kirov's still AFK. The V3 rockets are not technically doing anything, but I love that they're still alive. Desolator bottom side. Desolator a little bit late. Quas can pick up a bit of radiation, but not too much. Legend now through on the top side. Quas is pumping drones on the back side. He should be okay from that split. And Legend heavily out-tanked on the left side. Nuclear reactor goes down. Iron Curtain coming out for Quas. Probably a game-ending Iron Curtain, you got to think. Nice Iron Curtain. Going to take out Legend's Iron Curtain. Oh, Legend on the backside is going to get that nuclear reactor. Grabs a battle lab as well, but those are down to his last 2 tanks. So Legend tries to run here. Ooh, Quos is gonna get on some radiate. Quas's tanks get strung out. Legend has to go for a counterpunch here. The Kirov's coming as well. You got to think Quos is gonna be able just to drone himself out of this situation. Of course, these choke points are devastating for Desolators as well. Legend has to go, right? I mean, he's on 2 war factories. Pull the miners and send it downfield. Kirov out now. Flak tracks. Ooh, nice little bait. He handles those drones. It just doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. I don't really know this delay from Legend. Pull the miners and send it downfield or quit out, I feel like, right? You gotta go full send here. Fifth century BC. Okay, now someone do the math for me. Talk to me like I don't know how numbers work. The 5th century was 5th century BC. Alright, so Quas, yeah, Quas knows he just has to hold here. He's obviously up in MCV. Legend at the nice micro throwing those miners in front, but Legend's whole army's smoking right now. Quas knows he can sacrifice everything right now, and Quas not pulling his miners into the fight just doesn't really matter. Dancing around a little bit. Nice sentry gun from Quas there as well. Takes out the army. GG's there. And Quas, you guys, Quas is on a 3-2 run right now. Quas was down 2-0, right? All right, over to point number 6 now. Yeah, so The Art of War, 2,500-year-old book written by a Chinese general. It's actually funny, you know, it's at first I'm like, how is this book still applicable? And a big part of it is like, because it's kind of vaguely written. Like every once in a while he'll go on a tangent about like how difficult it is to feed an army and like upkeep your chariots. And you're like, damn, that's kind of irrelevant. And then you're kind of like, well, I suppose you could apply how hard it is to maintain an army to a lot of different things. You know, the chariots can kind of be used as a placeholder. But there's some good ones in there. He has some really like fun little quibs, you know, like the one like the appear strong when you are weak and weak when you are strong. If your opponent is bigger, divide him. If he thinks you are retreating, attack. If he thinks you're attacking, pull back. And it's like all this cool stuff like that. It's pretty hype. You're reading it, and then you're like, man, I am so ready to lead an army. And then you're like, damn, this is totally irrelevant to my life. But then it's kind of not, because you can start applying it to Red Alert 2. So, anyway, stay tuned. I just started the book, but I will start talking only in Art of War metaphors soon. He actually has one story where he says, oh yeah, the Emperor says, okay, can you turn any army of people, any group of people into an army? And he says, yes, I can. He goes, all right, how about all of the female servants in the kingdom? Ah, the leg. Oof, we're struggling, boys. Well, these dogs look happy now. So, he gets 1,000 of the female servants. And Sun Tzu says, okay, you two. He takes the 2 that are like the highest ranking servants or something. He says, you guys are the leaders of 500 each. He says, okay, when I tell you guys to turn left, you all turn left. When I tell you to turn right, you all turn right. Everyone understand? They said, okay, we understand. He says, turn left. Everyone just laughs at him. He says, okay, maybe that was my fault. I didn't explain well. The first time you explain something, if it's incorrect, it's the general's fault. And then he says it again. And he says, turn left. And they all laugh at him. And so he takes the 2 leading officers and he kills them. And he appoints 2 new officers. And he says, the second time you repeat something, if it's misunderstood, it's the officer's fault. And so he beheads the 2 officers, gets 2 new officers. He says, turn left. Everyone turns left. He says, okay, Emperor, this army can now do your bidding. And the moral of that story, I'm not actually sure what the moral of the story is, actually. I think the moral of the story is how important it is to have officers, I think. Maybe it's the moral of the story is like how important it is to disseminate information or have a division of power or have people below you that you trust. I actually don't know. I'm actually not totally sure. But it made me think I should get some officers to help run these tournaments. But we got to behead 2 of them to start things off, I guess. I don't know. I mean, that's what the Art of War says. Seems a little drastic, but that's what Sun Tzu says. Look at these drones. Quas with a pretty heavy drone opening here. 4 war factories. Radar. Builds another MCV. Alright, Quas is getting weird. Quas is getting weird. I like it. I like it. So Quas out with the second MCV. Radar out now as well. Tons of drones. Tons of drones. Radar for both players. Pretty similar builds here. discipline, respect. Yeah, concubine. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, concubine. That's what they call them. My two favorite concubine. Or I think that the emperor said, you cannot behead these people. And he said, unfortunately, there are some things that the general must do without the emperor's permission. And he beheaded the two of them. Okay. And so Quos is putting on a show here for PAF. Any of you guys who aren't familiar with the PAF strategy, you mass drones and Kirovs and Iron Curtain. And that's how you win. So second MCV, Kirov's coming. PAF Airways. PAF, are you proud? Are you proud of Quos for tearing a page out of your book right now? So Quos is getting nice and weird for us. Apparently Quos getting a little bored with this series as well. So he's going to go mass drones and Kirovs. Second MCV on the right side. Iron Curtain coming now for Quos as well. So he'll IC the drones and just wreck whatever Legend brings at him here. But it's all about the Kirov. So in this position, flak tracks are incredibly vulnerable. You know, the usual counter for a Kirov, of course, flak tracks can be tough when your opponent has a billion drones. The flak tracks are tough to use. So I don't know. Well, actually, what is the counter? Paf's in here. Paf, what should Legend do right now? Build flat cannons? But his base is so spread out. I feel like the Kirov could just kind of keep moving around. Iron Curtain coming as well. That MCV might go down. But I think Quos doesn't even care. He's like, yo, that's my second MCV. I don't even care, dude. I was trying to sell that thing. So flak tracks are out, but Quos should be able to... I'm surprised to see... This doesn't seem right, Paf. I feel like he's not doing this quite right. He's not supporting this Kirov at all. Does he not have any drones left? So Quos now back over to tanks. Legend split on the back left. This is going to be a little bit unfortunate. Nuclear missile out now for Quos. Forces the cell in the battle lab. Lucky he got that nuke out just in time. Kirov didn't get anything done. Kirov didn't get anything done, boys. Alright, so Quos chases that out. Quos, nice little... Oh, but Legend's still over here feasting on miners. So Quos chased off the left expansion. The right side, he did lose that MCV. I think he might have lost a couple miners over there as well. Legend now gearing up another punch. Legend's MCV on the move bottom left. Quos out tanked here. Ooh, Iron Curtains, but he does Iron Curtain one of Legend's tanks as well. So that Iron Curtain from Quos, open field, low body Iron Curtain, he probably didn't really want to use that. Would have been nice to get some offensive value out of that, but it does allow him to pull ahead on that position. Legend's MCV naked bottom left. There is a nuke coming. The Iron Curtain is still ready. Legend's Iron Curtain now ready to rock and roll. Those flak tracks go down. Quos regrouping here on the right side, heavily out tanked on the left side. Does pick up an elite, a couple of vets in that group as well. Not sure what that group's doing there. Legend going to head down the gut now. He does have the Iron Curtain ready to go here. Quos going to need to get something going here. One drone to the front lines. We'll see what that drone can get done. This is going to be tricky. Drones can be tough here, of course, and Iron Curtain does evict the drones. Do get into a base trade situation. Oh, Legend uses the Iron Curtain on the backside. And so Legend's going to go out this nuclear reactor. Quos a little bit slow on the repair. Had Quos repaired, he might have saved that earlier. Nuclear reactor goes down. But Quos uncontested in the back of Legend's base. We get into a base trade situation here. And Legend loses most of his army. That one elite Rhino could take out that MCV, though. And finally, Quos' army does go down thanks to a bunch of drones. Forces the cell on the MCV. Now, Quos does have a service depot. He could theoretically build another MCV. And if that elite Rhino stays alive, it could be very, very annoying. So Legend stops the bleeding here on the backside. And as the dust settles, both players, money in the bank. Quos has a radar. Quos has a barracks. Quos has 5 war factories. Legend still has his MCV bottom left. Yeah, so Legend's up in MCV here. Gotta think Legend's ahead here. A lot of Quos' shenanigans didn't quite work. Neither player has an Iron Curtain. Of course, Legend can rebuild his. What do you guys think? Quos is on 12K. Is it viable to build an MCV here? Hard to say. You know, any of you guys, a lot of players say that, like, why didn't he build an MCV? It's expensive and it's really slow moving. But keep an eye on the ore patches here. Quos is mining a lot of dirt right now. This patch is still looking pretty juicy, but he does have money in the bank to kind of hold him over while he tries to situate his his ore flow here. Drones in on the front line here. Quas gonna try to open something up, try to speed up this game a little bit. Nice drone hit from Lgnd there. Nice drones from both players though. Iron Curtain though for Lgnd. So Quas, yeah, Quas kind of has to go. Doesn't look like he's gonna try to rebuild the MCV. Oh, is Quas low power? Oh no, Quas isn't low power. The radar's still spinning for Quas. Quas is online here. Yeah, Quas is going to try to send it. That little fodder in the front line does pull Lgnd for a second. Quas fighting uphill though. Always a tough position. Gets his units kind of wrapped around that cliff. Can always be so tricky, guys. Remember, all the Rhino drivers are wasted drunk. If you tell them to go somewhere, they're going to take the worst route possible at all times. So, yeah, Quas gets a little bit caught on that cliff. Does take a few hits here. And again, and this is just a tough position. Quas would like to take a little breather here and regroup, but he knows he doesn't have the time for it. Lgnd has an Iron Curtain coming. We'll see if Lgnd uses this Iron Curtain to clean out Quas's army or tries to maybe split off and head downfield with it. Quas now going to adjust his attack over to the right side. This is a little tricky. I think I would have tried to keep the pressure on the MCV, but look at this. He catches Lgnd out of position here, and Quas's army, Legend's tanks way spread out now. This is very, very nice for Quas, but he gets the Iron Curtain. He gets the Iron Curtain before Lgnd can use it. And Lgnd out tanking here. Quas has taken quite a few hits on this little scenic route through Legend's base, but the hit and run was nice. He did get the IC, and these drones coming from Quas as well. He knows he's out tanked here, and Quas is, hey, the art of war. If you are outnumbered, evade. Clearly, Quas has read the 25-year-old text because he knows exactly what he's doing. No, this isn't what the art of war said. Don't go head on when you're outnumbered. Evade, evade, evade. Okay, never mind. He didn't read the book. So Quas decides to lose those tanks. He was actually doing a good job of running around with his army while the drones kind of feasted on the backside. You saw Lgnd struggling with that a little bit here. Now, Lgnd has regrouped. Of course, Quas did get the Iron Curtain there, which is absolutely pivotal to his efforts. The MCV still standing. This forward barracks for Legend's very, very nice. Sentry gun on the hill here as well. Quas is going to get in. He needs to get on, try to get on flag. Oh, that MCV's melting. And Quas is spinning circles around Lgnd right now. Legend's just kind of ahead in every way, but Quas just keeps up with these hit and runs, these menacing attacks that Lgnd just a little bit slower on the click with. And then the drones, the non-stop drones. He goes tanks, he goes drones, he goes tanks, he goes drones. And this is one of those ones where you might see a premature quit here from Lgnd. You got to feel like he maybe thinks he threw this game a little bit or is a little bit frustrated. Of course, Legend's still in this game here. He's got 5K in the bank. He's got miners working. He's got a ton of tanks, but you got to think he's just a little bit frustrated right now. And Quas certainly, everything Quas is doing certainly working out for him, and more drones to the front lines. You'll have to see it, man. A couple of the best players in the world banging out. Both these guys out of Jordan, which is kind of fun. The battle for Jordan. Who's Jordan #1? Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. Fodder in front, drones in front. Both players making such good use of the drones and the rhinos. We've talked about that before. Oftentimes, the drone strategy can be kind of like pissing your pants to keep you warm. You know, it only lasts for about 2-3 minutes, and then you're gonna be colder than you were before. But if you do like drones with tanks, you use them tactically, use them in the right situations, instead of like me, like, oh my God, we're in trouble. Build 30 drones. I like these guys, the way these guys are mixing them up. Drones on the backside. There's the conscripts are a great counter here. Now, conscripts do have a handful of uses that people often forget about. People kind of make fun of conscripts, but one great use is against drones. They are so good with drones. And so I like this move from Lgnd in a game of rock, paper, scissors. When a player brings rocks, you gotta be looking for the paper. In this case, I think the conscripts. Now, of course, the problem with the conscripts is they're so slow. That's why you see them more in the smaller maps. They have such a hard time keeping up with tanks. Of course, dog's the preferred fodder for that reason. But I like this. Lgnd can try to march downfield here, but of course, Quas isn't going to let that happen. Quas is going to be trying to get in the backdoor situation. Quas would happily take a base trade here, I'm sure. And so Lgnd splits off. Pretty small split from Lgnd. Lgnd now building drones to deal with Quas on the backside. Quas with a ton of drones, but he needs to be careful here. Oh, nice unit control there from Lgnd. And now these conscripts are going to start going elite and going to cause a lot of issues. We do get into a base trade situation. Quas is heavily droned on the backside. Quas's drone, is Lgnd droned? That's the question. Now Quas still has the expansion on the right side still producing. This is a lot of space here. We'll see if some other drones can get over there. Quas cleaning up down here, but Quas without much left standing, and Lgnd now rolling through. And Quas's drone's just a little bit slow there, but man, Quas has been fighting an uphill battle now for quite some time. Very impressive he got himself in that game. The split off from Lgnd to take both tanks, or both war factories. I'll tell you what, I feel like it's a little different, right? Like the best of fives, they're like, they're just like hit and run. And the problem is if a best of five is a bad series or a blowout, it's like over like that. I'm like, hey guys, get ready for the stream. All of a sudden it's over. I'm like, damn it. Best of nine like this, it's a little bit more of a marathon, right? It's a little bit more of a marathon. The first two games, the players are waking up, Legends smoking cigarettes. I'm telling stories that you guys don't care about. And then slowly the hype builds and builds and builds and crescendos. And here's the reality, I'll tell you something. Best of fives, there's only three different outcomes. Is that true? Best of five. There's only three different outcomes. 3-0, 3-1, or 3-2, which is a barn burner. So you have a 30% chance of a barn burner, realistically. Best of nine, it's a lot harder. So if we do get a barn burner in a best of nine, that's when you know you really worked for it. There have been a couple notable barn burners in massive series. Kian and Andy went to a barn burner in Yuri's Revenge, I think. It was like a best of 17, and it came down to match point. Quick reminder, guys, if you're watching this, you're thinking, hey, I want to join the action, redalert2.com. You can learn how to download and play the game. You can sign up for the tournaments. You can join the Discord where you can connect with us, ask me questions, make memes, talk shit, catch up on the drama, all sorts of stuff. Discord's the place to be. All the answers to life, especially if you're downloading the game trying to play online. Discord is nice. You can get in there with the community, find other players of your level. Of course, the tournament signups, guys, we have divisions for all skill levels. Again, this month, guys, we have 15 players who literally like haven't played this game in years, or a few, like I said, new players. So again, we always have a spot for new players, guys. It's free to play, cash prizes. So come join the fun. You can download and get playing the game in like 10 minutes. 10 minutes, you could be in here playing Red Alert 2, having the time of your life. You're saying it was fun when I was little. It's still fun. It's even better. You'll love it. So again, massive economies here. Look at all these harvesters. 3, 6, 10. Oh my God. 2, 4, 6. Oh my God. 10 harvesters to 10 harvesters. Let's go, boys. Gear it up. I'm starting to respect. I'm starting to respect the process a little bit. First, I'm like, hey, these guys are being boring. Now I get it. They're like, hey, Iver, just give us a couple minutes. Let us get some money in the accounts, and then we'll roll. That's what they're promising us right now. And like I said, it does. You get a little more clouds. It makes you appreciate the sunshine. That's what it's all about, boys. All right, massive economies now. 10 miners working for them here, and the tanks and dogs are coming. See if either player pushes tech here. No tech out. We do have a Tesla trooper. One lone Tesla trooper. You got to imagine his name's Gary. You got to imagine that he was told he wasn't going to have to fight when he first joined the military. He joined the military. They're like, oh, it's peace times right now. You won't have to fight. He's like, okay, cool. He's like, I'll just be a chef. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, man, we got to fight this guy. Here's a Tesla suit. And he's like, a Tesla suit? I don't even know what I'm doing. And they throw him on the front lines. He's like, where are my buddies? You're the only one, man. The only Tesla trooper. It's up to you. Let's go, Gary. You guys keep an eye on Gary. He's not liking the looks of this right now, but he's not scared. Look at that. He's not running. I like that. I have a lot of respect for Gary. All right, Legend slightly ahead, playing the higher ground here. You do have a pretty nice attacking advantage here coming down this slope. Obviously, you don't want to be attacking up that. But I feel like Quos, I feel like Gary. What if Gary just goes off? Quos needs to just waypoint Gary, loop him all the way around the entire map, come back here, take out the power plant, go elite, take out the MCV, GG, easy, no re. As simple as that. Yeah, the Yeah, Andy was in the Armageddon tournament. Yeah, Woody. That was, oh yeah, we were talking about this the other day, and Balth lied to me. Here's the thing. Balth, there's two different kinds of wrong information. There's misinformation, which is a mistake. It's when you say something wrong accidentally. Then there's disinformation, where you purposefully attempt to mislead someone like a saboteur. All right, here we go, three-way split. Three-way split from Legend. Legend pulls the attention to the bottom side. The red herring, he gets it on the left side. That was absolutely glorious. You love to see it. Where is Gary? Gary, do something. All right, Quas now pushing in on the top side, but he lost that MCV on the back side. I love that split from Legend. He pulls all the attention down to the bottom side, sneaks in untouched to grab that MCV. These guys are going home for dinner. You love to see it. Big engagement here on the top side. Legend coming out ahead here as well. Looks like Quas could come out with a fodder advantage. That could potentially swing things here. Quas has some tanks on the left side. Let's see if he kind of can try to reconvene here and pull ahead. He needs to win this big engagement and then try to get some offensive value. Of course, he's down in MCV here, so things could go from bad to worse. We get into a mid-game, but Quas pulling out way ahead. It looks like Legend pumping fodder for all he's worth. And Gary, come on, man. Classic Gary, like a blister. He's going to show up when the work's done. He's going to take all the credit. Classic Gary. show match. All right, guys, over to point number 8 now. Man, it's a tug of war, boys. It's a knife fight. You love to see it. You love to see it. Oh, yeah. Disinformation versus misinformation. Okay, so here it is. Like I said, misinformation's a mistake. Like, oh, hey, Paf, yeah, they played 2 days ago. And then Paf's like, Iver, they played yesterday. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. That was a mistake, honest mistake. That's misinformation. Now, disinformation is when you purposely mislead someone and as a saboteur. Well, it's sabotage and it makes you a saboteur. Now, Balth is the saboteur in question. Because last time we were on stream and I was talking about how long Kian's been dominating for, how long Woody's been around. And Balth was like, yeah, 3 years ago for my tournament, Kian was like top 10 in QM. And I was like, really? I thought it was more like 2 years that Kian's been cracking skulls. And Balth was like, no, 3 years. And then after the stream, Balth sends me the screenshot and it was 2 years. Saboteur, Balth. Saboteured. Disinformation. So 2 years ago was the Armageddon tournament. And for the Western players, that was the debut of Woody, who has since then gone undefeated in show matches versus our champions, Marco, Lgnd, all those kind of guys. Never lost any of those guys. So that was kind of when we first saw Woody come on the scene 2 years ago. I'm sure he's been around longer than that. I mean, he beat Marco in that tournament, so obviously he'd been around a while. But I feel like that was kind of the debut a lot when we kind of started talking about Woody more. Any of you guys unfamiliar, the Chinese players kind of have their own kind of community that's kind of hard to connect with. So this is going to be it. Just both players. No rush till the 10th minor comes out. Then we just go full on Rhino Wars. This series is best of 9. Oh, this is match point. If Quos wins this is the series. If Quos wins it, it is the series, boys. So Lgnd fighting to stay alive, fighting to give us a barn burner. Lgnd down on fodder. Lgnd, give us the barn burner, buddy. What's the plan? Tell us your plan, Lgnd. More dogs. Lgnd going broke, though. Needs to be careful here. You cannot afford to put yourself broke in this position. Need to keep pumping those tanks to the front lines. He's even repairing that one tank. I like that. I like that. Frugal. Frugal. Make every penny count here. I think repairing tanks should be free. It's like so timely and annoying. It's like, even if it was free, would people do it more? Okay, Lgnd getting nice position here. Fodder out in front. Gonna grab a miner. Doesn't get the miner. Sentry gun from Quas. Lgnd just trying to do the equation here, trying to keep a head count of this position. Definitely has a fodder disadvantage. Looking like, hard to say. Tanks are about even. Lgnd gonna go radar now. His economy catching up with him a little bit, so we're going to try to get some Desolators in the fight to help swing things here. Quas looks like he might try to take a bite here. Quas on the backside. Oh, we do have a split. Split from Lgnd on the backside now. Going to pick up a couple miners. Quas is right there, though. Lgnd needs to be careful. Big engagement going on the top side as well. This is where things can get interesting, because if one player overcommits their attention to one of the splits, things can radically shift. You can start making some really, really silly mistakes here. Lgnd gets on the top side, goes into those miners and that sentry gun. A bit questionable here, and Quas gets up on the higher ground, but it looks like Lgend's still going to come out here. This pathing can get so tricky in these cliffs, but Lgnd coming out way ahead, and Quas's reinforcements too late. Very, very well played. All right, guys, here we are. I'll tell you what, man. Marathon, not a sprint, boys. This has been such a long series. Anyway, it's been fun hanging out with you guys. Tell some stories. Here we are, we're burning barns. That's what we live for, boys. That's what we live for. It's 4-4, it's best of 9. Winner of this takes home that juicy $20 prize and the title for the week of the King of Jordan. Again, both these guys out of the country of Jordan. Gene's out of Jordan as well. 3 pros out of Jordan that I know of. I think there's a handful of other players out of Jordan as well. It's funny how like Red Alert 2 prodigies kind of get manufactured in certain countries. Like Root and Marco are both out of Finland, but there's no pro players from Norway. Like, why is that? What goes on in Finland that's so much more conducive to playing Red Alert 2? I don't know. I don't know. So here we go, boys. This is it. Man, what a I don't want to use the word boring. I mean, I guess this is, I mean, like I said, I know there are players who like these kind of slow games. You guys know me, man. I'm a little too, my attention span is like a little too thin. I mean, clearly I made a mod of the game that just literally speeds and concentrates everything, but it is fun. It is fun. There is, so much to the game with these guys with their build orders, getting that macro on the backside, and those big kind of crescendo battles, of course, is Red Alert 2 in a form that many people play and watch often. So these guys put on a good show for us nonetheless, and you can't argue that it hasn't been close. A very, very close series here. Lgnd putting 2 quick points on the board to give him a 2-0 lead, then Quas pulling ahead with the next 3 to get ahead here, and then just been an absolute knife fight since then. A lot of back and forth, Quick reminder, guys, if you're catching this highlight on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. It's free for you. It helps me immensely. The YouTube algorithms are slowly starting to pick us up. It's been a long couple years trying to push on YouTube. And man, YouTube is like, it's inch by inch to try to get new viewers. But just recently, the algorithm has started to kind of help us out and put us in front of new people and stuff. So your guys' support on there does help immensely. Again, all those little things, liking, commenting, subscribing, tells the algorithm that Red Alert 2 matters. And it helps get RA to the moon, boys. More people watching, playing, and streaming Red Alert 2. That's what it's all about. If you guys do want to get into streaming, we are looking for more streamers as well. This month, there's going to be like, I don't know, 120 games in the tournament. I'll probably stream like 15 of those. So we are looking for more streamers. Even if you're brand new, we have those lower divisions. So, you know, we're not going to throw you in like, hey, you have to stream the most important game ever. If you mess up, everyone's going to yell at you. You know, you can just do like the lower divisions. A lot of the lower divisions won't even have a streamer. So it's like, you know, a bad streamer is better than no streamer. So if you do want to get into streaming, it's really simple. You can just download Streamlabs, throw up a stream, commentate on some games. You can join the community that way as well if you're not into playing. I recommend it. I recommend it. We have got a couple new streamers, Gator and Skunk running the Blitz Boot Camp. I forget about the Blitz Boot Camp, you guys. This Saturday, I forget the time, but join my Discord if you're a new player. We're trying to do a weekly boot camp where new players can come in, and there'll be a live stream where you can play some games, get some critique from higher level players, watch some games, play some team games. So Blitz Boot Camp, a weekly event for new players. Gator and Skunk are running that. Oh, I think I got a button here. What does this button say? Oh yeah, there you go. Streaming on Gator's Twitch channel. Information in the Discord, redalert2.com/Discord. But yeah, we're going to try to do that on a weekly basis. So big shout to Skunk and Gator for getting that rolling. A lot of players have a hard time. They come into this game. Even a lot of players will download it. They go all the way to download it, and then they start playing, and they just get crushed, and they quit out and go back to Fortnite. So hopefully with some of these new tools we're putting out, new training tools and stuff like that, and you know, new events for new players, we can have a higher retention rate. It's just so funny, like, to be like messaging people like, hey, you want to come play a 20-year-old game? People are just like, why are you doing this? It's a good question. I don't know. All right, push towards the center now. MCV for Legend. Oftentimes you will see kind of the focus towards the center here. If you can posture up, get a foothold here, and then take all those juicy gems, it'll catapult you and your economy into the late game here. So Legend with the forward barracks is now can just pump fodder. See if you can get some sentry guns here. So pumping those dogs, but that MCV is going to melt. Quos putting himself in position, but so careful there. Quos knows if he would have dove on that MCV, he would have lost all of his tanks, and so he pulls out. He's going to lose his tanks anyway, though, and Legend now moving the MCV. Oh, but Quos, man, this is gonna go now. All these tanks are smoking. They're gonna start popping here, and oh my God, what an even split! But the elite comes out, helps, and both players take a little break there. That was tank for tank, and you guys saw that position there, right? So Legend had his tanks above the MCV, and that's just like matadoring. That's why I use the word there, matador, right? The guy who holds the blanket for the bull, and then you pull it at the last second. So when you matador like that, you're saying, hey, why don't you hit my MCV? Why don't you hit my MCV? And as soon as Quos would have dove, if Quos would have clicked that MCV, like so many of us would have, Legend would have wiped out his army, rolled through his base, GG easy, no re. And Quos sells on the backside, does still have a service depot, but Quos sells on the backside here, gonna go full send. Legend doesn't have a refinery, he's bringing the miners down, so Legend will put a refinery here, and as soon as he does that, his economy is gonna go through the roof. He is bottoming out for the moment, though. Quos gonna go full send. Quos, I think Quos has a tank and a dog advantage. Legend could consider bringing these miners in, but if you bring the miners and you lose them and you lose that engagement, you're pretty much committed to ending the game in the next 15 seconds. So Legend doesn't want to lose those miners, trying to stay alive here. Quos's reinforcements a little bit out of position, pulls himself back. And what an absolute knife fight. And so Legend gets that MCV down, or sorry, gets the refinery down and then sells the MCV. Dogs pumping from the barracks, but they're AFK. They're not headed to the front lines. Come on, dogs, we need you. Meat shields to the front lines. Let's go, boys. This elite tank is so menacing. Eventually, you know, you get to a point where it doesn't matter. If you have the more tanks there are, the less it matters if there's one elite. If it's one tank versus one tank, the most it's going to matter, right? So these body counts right here, an elite can still make a difference, but we're starting to hit that limit where it won't really swing things as much. Quos 3, 4, 5 war factors. I feel like Quos is out tanking 2, 4. It's got to be about even. Legend might be down 1 War Factory now. I don't want to miss this action, though. That elite tank is keeping this fodder at bay, which is nice. And Legend, that forward barracks is nice as well. But Quas has a barracks here and a War Factory. Quas doing a great job reinforcing this position. Oftentimes, the player who establishes in the center is going to have more of an advantage there. But Quas is pumping right to the front lines right now. A couple of his tanks get a little bit befuddled. His reinforcements a little late to the party. Legend hops in and tries to take a couple of them out. Ooh, inch by inch, boys. Inch by inch right now. And Legend, Quas again. Quas is pulling ahead right now on these tanks, but the Legend, the unit control is just there right now. And Legend doing a better job cleaning up Quas's fodder. Quas now out with an elite Rhino, a vet in that group as well. Legend gets caught a little bit out of position, gets surrounded. Legend trying to run, trying to slow things down here. And Quas with the fodder advantage as well. Legend calls GG's. Quas takes it home, boys.
Here, hold this.